Hi guys, I am Shane Galea, your leading property development expert for your property development needs. In today's My Development podcast, let's talk about how to find off-market property development sites. With news of property prices reaching an all-time high and auction clearing rates falling, the market is now allowing new homeowners to gain entry. Off-market is the new on-market in today's ever-changing marketplace. The only way to learn about an off-market property listing was to be on a specific agent's database or hire a buyer's agent to receive insider information and negotiate on your behalf. There are alternative options, however, there are a few things to consider when purchasing an off-market property. What is off-market property? Off-market properties are not listed for sale in the traditional real estate channels. Instead of ads or open houses, sellers list their property with real estate developers or websites, connecting it with qualified buyers. Pre-market listings make up the majority of these off-market properties. There are truly off-market properties where a seller or vendor does not want to advertise a sale of their property to the public. Quiet listings, silent listings, and pocket listings are some names for them. Why would anyone sell off-market? Off-market sales have exploded across Australia, notably in the eastern capital cities, in all price ranges. Off-market listings appeal to various vendors and sellers for a variety of reasons. The following are some of the most typical reasons for going off-market. The need for privacy. One of the most prevalent reasons is privacy. A swift but private sale is frequently required due to death, divorce, or an alteration in financial circumstances. Nervous about auctions. Some sellers may not want to cope with auctions, or many potential buyers crowd their homes. Particularly owner-occupiers who still live in the house and desire their solitude. Where there's a tenanted property and the tenants have made it nearly impossible for potential buyers to access the property. Alternatively, tenants may fail to keep the property in a desirable state. To sell quickly and urgently. In recent years, many buyers, particularly in and around Melbourne and Sydney, have preferred to purchase off-market properties. To save on advertising and marketing expenses, going off-market can save you anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 in marketing and advertising costs. These cost savings are subsequently passed on to the buyer, spicing the deal and increasing the likelihood of a sale. To avoid the hassle, avoiding the hassles of having to be available every week for inspections. Alternatively, a few serious buyers come out to look at the property. When auction clearance rates are low, it exposes real estate agents to greater risk and unpredictability. As a result, they favor off-market properties. How can I locate off-market properties listings? The best part is that with a little support, you can find off-market properties on your own via real estate agents. Off-market properties aren't marketed publicly, so you won't be able to find them unless you contact a local real estate agent. Buyers should get on the databases or email addresses of local real estate agents in the area they want to buy in and be open about what they want and their budget. Alternatively, you can send them an emails. Keep in regular communication with your agents to ensure you are front of mind when a new property comes on the market. Make it clear to them what you're searching for. Your budget. The neighborhood area. The property kind, townhouse, home, apartment, etc. The number of bedrooms available. Access to public transportation, schools, and other services. Any other specific features or perks you're looking for. Agents appreciate it because it allows them to persuade potential sellers to market their homes and earn the listing. Be aware that you may compromise your bargaining position by giving them a budget range. Off-market website. Off-market listings have risen in popularity in Australia, prompting the creation of creative property matching services such as Listing Loop and Property Whispers, which allow buyers to register for free. Buyers can enter information regarding the characteristics of property they want and are immediately paired with properties in their records that fit their criteria. Hire a buyer's agent. Buyer's agents excel in locating ideal off-market properties, with off-market properties accounting for over half of the houses they purchase. They charge roughly 2% of the buying price because it is more labor. In certain cases, they even go door-to-door asking individuals if they want to sell, so there is no need for a real estate agent. The real kicker is that we can accomplish this on our own. The door knocking is the most difficult part, but the rest is simple. Suppose you know the requirements, such as bedrooms, land size, location, price range, and whether or not the property requires renovations. In that case, you can email all estate agents in the suburbs you're interested in and ask if they have any off-market properties for sale that fit the criteria. Be aware that you may compromise your negotiating position by giving them a price range. Before you start negotiating, be sure you've done your homework on the property's valuation. Investors, time-crunched individuals, and interstate buyers can hire a buyer's agent to handle the hurdles. Some vendors would rather engage with local agents for a quick sale than heavily rely on a real estate listing. They have adequate industry expertise and exposure to unlisted properties. Other viable ways to find off-market properties: social media, Archistar.ai, networking, word of mouth, social media. Social media such as Facebook is an excellent way to connect with people who have off-market property development sites for sale. Groups such as Melbourne Off-Market Development Sites is an excellent example. Archistar.ai. For property development projects with the use of modern technology such as Archistar.ai, you can narrow down your search criteria based on your ideal property based on a set of search criteria in a certain area, helping you identify your ideal next project site. When you have identified the sites of interest, you can engage with the owners directly to keep the site out of the public eye. Networking. Unlisted properties are frequently known to three significant people: real estate solicitors, builders, contractors, and real estate agents. By networking with these individuals, you may be able to find options that aren't yet available on the market. Word of mouth. Inquire with your relatives and friends, mortgage brokers, and even your lawyer about potential off-market opportunities. They'll remember you the next time they come across one. On the other hand, off-market homes should be approached with caution because some agents rebuying the listing. They attract the seller with an exaggerated estimated selling price to obtain the listing and then gradually acclimate the buyer to the property's true market value. It's not simple to find exceptional off-market properties, but it's well worth it. What are the advantages of buying an off-market property? Buying an investment property off-market can be less hectic and more efficient for a property investor who doesn't want to attend too many auctions and viewings. Because the listing is off-market, there is less competition from greater potential buyers. Because there is less competition, you may be able to get the property for a lower price than if you had a full listing with marketing. In a buyer's market, this is absolutely essential. Due to unforeseen circumstances on the seller's part, such as financial distress or a property owner needing to sell urgently, unique chances arise. As a buyer, you'll likely discover that sellers aren't in a hurry, enabling you to take your time and complete your proper checks. It also enables a more adaptable transaction schedule. What are the advantages of off-market selling? If you can demonstrate the ability to achieve a satisfactory pricing result off-market, that's fantastic. Because you won't have to worry about marketing costs, selling your home off-market is usually a far more cost-effective alternative. Selling off-market may be the best option for you to sell your home quickly. Selling off-market can be great for a rapid sale if your agent has a customer demand network. If you choose to sell off-market, you won't be able to auction your home. As a result, the deposit and settlement periods may be shortened. This eliminates the possibility of a lengthy selling process if the property does not sell on the first day. Alternatively, an off-market deal could allow for 6, 12, or even 24+ month settlement. Selling off-market is the way to go if you would like to sell your property quickly and efficiently, and the sale is more important than the sold price. If you live in an area where many properties are selling, you're more likely to sell off-market. It's also crucial to think about how recent the sales are. If your real estate developer sold property comparable to yours, they may know of bidders who lost out on that transaction and would be interested in purchasing yours. Another advantage is your unique position. If you have a tense relationship with family or neighbors, selling off-market can keep you out of the spotlight. When an off-market sale gets more prevalent, real estate agents and investors may pursue residential property owners who aren't ready to sell. As a result, the property owner may decide to accept the sale when given an acceptable offer. What are the drawbacks of selling off-market? The main threat of selling off-market is that you'll get a lower sale price than you would if you advertised. This is due to the lack of attention you'll obtain from the general public before you sell. You'll want to choose a real estate agent who has a huge network of potential buyers with whom they can speak privately if you want to reach the most number of buyers off-market. The importance of relationships cannot be overstated. You risk having minimal exposure and a poor sale price if you don't have a buyer's agent with a wide buyer network. When you agree to have your property advertised, your real estate agent has the chance to do all possible to ensure that you obtain the best possible result. When selling off-market, you cannot go to an auction. Thus, there will be no build-up or buzz on the day of the sale. Auctions can enhance buyer competition, resulting in a higher selling price. You'll conserve money on advertising ultimately, but you'll possibly lose thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars on your final sale price. Should I sell off-market? As the number of people selling property off-market keeps rising based on current market conditions, you may be wondering if you should do it or not. Selling off-market is an ideal method for some people depending on their circumstance at the time. It is also a way to achieve an above-market rate for your property if you allow for due diligence periods into the deal combined with longer settlement periods. However, if there are no restrictions on your sale, then publicizing your property is a sensible decision if you want to capture as many buyers as possible. If you're unsure whether you should sell on or off the market, starting is by speaking with buyer's agents, property development project manager, or real estate property developers to see what they will offer before going to a real estate agent. Should I sell off-market? As the number of people selling property off-market keeps rising based on current market conditions, you may be wondering if you should do it or not. Selling off-market is an ideal method for some people depending on their circumstance at the time. It is also a way to achieve an above-market rate for your property if you allow for due diligence periods into the deal combined with longer settlement periods. However, if there are no restrictions on your sale, then publicizing your property is a sensible decision if you want to capture as many buyers as possible. If you're unsure whether you should sell on or off the market, starting is by speaking with buyer's agents, property development project manager, or real estate property developers to see what they will offer before going to a real estate agent. Thanks for listening to the My Development podcast, brought to you by Shane Galea, your property expert guide for your property needs.